You have legal questions. Amy the attorney has the answers. Welcome to today's show. And here's Amy.
Let's talk about criminal enforcement of marijuana laws. I had read on your blog that, Jean Peters Baker, who is the prosecutor in Jackson County, pretty much after the Amendment 2 passed, then said we are going to pretty much stop enforcing it with some exceptions. She didn't say everything, but that we will no longer prosecute marijuana cases.
Correct.
Is that a trend that you've seen across the state?
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
So we've got that now in St. Louis and in Kansas City. And it's, I believe it's 100 grams or less. You would probably know better than me. I had a gentleman call me about a month ago. He was flying in from Denver. He was an amputee, so he's missing a leg. And he had 2 cartridges in his backpack, vape cartridges. He went outside to smoke a cigarette to wait to get picked up. His friend was inside to claim the bags, and they saw a K-9 unit tag his bag at bag claim. And of course, it was a situation of, am I in trouble? And I said, well, KCPD has jurisdiction over the airport, so you're probably just going to get a citation. Nothing ended up coming from it, to be honest with you. And I was very happy about that. But yeah, that seems to be the trend. And there is a growing trend towards decriminalization of numerous types of drugs, psilocybin and peyote most recently in Denver and Oakland, respectively. And I know that there's a groundswell for that here, too. I mean, most people are like, oh, hold on, we just legalized marijuana here. I mean, But what's happening is, as the trend grows towards what some people refer to as recreational use, I'll call it adult or therapeutic use, there's also a trend towards just decriminalization of other substances in general, too, just because everyone's starting to realize that criminalization has been based primarily on politics, not on science. And so I think you're going to see more of it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had full adult use here in Missouri in the next 2 to 3 years. And, maybe also psilocybin or magic mushrooms would follow that, just because of its therapeutic use on PTSD and severe depression when nothing else works.
How has the legislature address at all people that are incarcerated for marijuana at this time while they were, I know Amendment 2 passed, they are doing some law. So anybody in Jeff City talking about the people that are incarcerated right now?
Yeah, there was a rep out of St. Louis. I would say his name, but I'm going to butcher it. So I'm
okay.
Just going to say a rep out of St. Louis. And there have been a couple other reps too that have put forward expungement bills that just didn't really make it anywhere. And that's super disappointing, because when you think about it, these are people that are incarcerated for doing something that is now pretty much legal in a majority of the states across the country. And there are people like Augie Bush who are making millions, if not billions, off of this industry, while others are being locked up for the exact same thing. I find it morally abhorrent. That being said, in California and in Colorado and in other states, they're really starting to push that decriminalization and the expungements and all of that. And I think that should have been the first step. And then, businesses should have been the second step. But no one listens to me. So
Right. Well,
what do I know?
It's money.
Yeah,
it's a money deal.
Right. You're absolutely right.